I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grieving. Put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim, yeah.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grieving. Put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah.
Good morning, my sexy little itsy tiny freaks. It is a great and glorious Wednesday here in communist California. We are still under the rule regime of the great commie one himself, Gavin Newsom, allegedly, of course. You can tell by the title of today's stream is I'm trying to do a little something, dude, a little different. As you can see, there's a chopper crash in the back. We're going to go run that up real quick. And then basically, as soon as we hit that and we get back to base, I'm going to tell you guys a little story about an encounter that I had with a scientist from Area 51. So, I thought it would be cool to share and get some like things going out. Big shout out. Hey, what is up? Wait, there's already people in my chat. Damn, dude, I wasn't expecting you guys so early. Big shout out to Smokescreen and Stacks and stuff. What's up, brother? How you doing, Stacks? So what's good, Smokescreen? Always first. Yes, you are, my friend. Yes, you are. Stacks is usually first too. Stacks is one of them ones that as soon as that notification comes in, he's on it. Johnny on the spot. check out that helicopter crash here, and then I'm gonna tell you guys a little story about something that happened to me. Yeah, we'll go from there. I don't want to kind of divulge too much into it right now because I want it to be a good and solid, like, one-piece story. I don't want it to be outdrawn or me be distracted by anything. So, as soon as I seen this helicopter crash over here, I was like, yeah, let's go get that. And then, I'll tell the story. But, we are already damn near 2 weeks into 2026, dude. It's pretty crazy right now. There's so much craziness going on. I was just on X, and dude, we have just wild times, bro. Wild fucking times we're living in. I don't know what other way to explain it other than the times we live in right now, dude. So, we got Trump basically saying we're going to take Greenland. And you know what? For the most part, the consensus that I see is that majority of the people from Greenland are down with the notion of the United States being, you know, how do we say this? We make that an annexation of ours. We annex Greenland like we kind of did to Guam and, you know, shit like that. Then I was watching on X this morning that the president or the prime minister or whatever the fuck they're calling themselves out there in Austria, that fool's trying to talk some shit, and it's just so funny to me that so many of these leaders talk tough until it's time to actually be tough. You know what I mean? For the most part, these prime ministers over there in Europe and stuff are just big, what are they? They're, what do they call it? You're not an aristocrat, you're a Nepo. Like, you're a Nepo kid. You know what I mean? Like, you grew up rich. You were put into a place of leadership because of your hereditariness. Like I know that's not a word, but I know that is not a word, but you know what I mean. Go. Should be one more or two more here. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down, oh no! Anyways, man, that fool from Austria is trying to talk some shit, and it's just like, you know, you better talk to Arnold, dog. You better talk to Arnold. Know what I mean? Because Arnold's gonna let you know with your little bitch ass from Austria and shit. All them fools. You got Austria, dude. You got Macron. You got Starmer, the dude from England. That dude's a fucking little bitch. It's got a bunch of little bitches over there in Europe. This fucking wherever that bitch is from, she was like, if the U.S. takes Greenland, then that'll be the end of the UN. Well, yeah, that's the whole point, bitch, because y'all are useless. You know what I mean? Y'all can't even take care of your own, dog. Being in by the fucking goat fucker federation, and you guys is like all about it. Like, yes, we want more Muslims. We love them. We love the Muslims. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get in trouble for this right out the gate, but Islam is whack, dog. Islam is whack. Shit is gay. All the globalist puppets be mad as hell. I say take them. I love it. Yeah, man, me too. A large tent? What the fuck? There's a tent out here, cuz? I might take that for myself and go put it over here in this little spot that I got. What is that? Boots? Boots and pants and boots and pants. There's not a lot out here. This tent is in good shape too, so I might take it for my own and put it over here in this little spot. There's really nothing out here. And then there's a spot over here that I was like kind of like checking out at the end of the road. Although we've come till the end of the road, still I can't let go. It's so natural. You belong to me. I belong to you, baby. Alright, anyways. Yeah, man. I'm gonna put this tent over here at the end of the road. That way I have a little secret stash that no one will know about except for you guys. Shh. Secrets. But yeah, man. Yeah, motherfucker for Austria, dog. He better watch himself, dude. And all these people out here. Oh, you got what was it? Colombia president and a Cuban president. I seen the Cuban dude is mobilizing his army. And as they were marching, there was a dude. He was like a corporal or a sergeant or something. That motherfucker is older than my dad. I was like, is that my dad marching? What the fuck? That old fuck ain't gonna do shit. Don't get me wrong. There's old folks out there that can handle theirs. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like. Anyways. Yeah, man. Just wild times, man. Wild fucking times. Yeah, as soon as I go get this tent set up, if I fuck there. But yeah, man, good times out here. I've been getting a little political lately just because it's just been a fucking supreme dream team shit show. And it's just, I don't know, man. It irks me to see so many of these people fundamentally think that they're in the right when all they're doing is creating chaos, madness, and destruction in their own area. You know what I mean? Like, take for instance everything that's going on in Minnesota. Take for instance everything that's going on in California, Illinois, Massachusetts. You know what I mean? You got that one place where that crazy racist black bitch runs Texas. That place is all fucked up. You know what I mean? So people just, we've got to watch out. We cannot let these people take charge like they are, man. And then on top of all that, you have these pundits like attacking each other left and right. Like, first of all, you guys should leave the bickering and the yeah, ghetto ass jam pocket, bro, for sure. The bickering and shit between all these pundits has got to stop. Man, I just seen this morning that Mark Dice was throwing shade at Dan Bongino. You know what I mean? And I am in no fucking way trying to defend Dan Bongino. No way and no how. You know what I mean? Like, as far as I'm concerned, he went in there, he tried to do the job, he realized that no matter who's doing the job in the FBI, it's run by the cabal. You know what I mean? It's run by the fucking the deep state. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter who's president or who's doing what. What I call the shadow people run the show, dude. And that is fucking evident, point blank positiveness right there. What happened to Dan Bongino? You know what I mean? And yeah, granted, he's coming out and he's saying some things that probably he shouldn't fucking say. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, at least he went in there and did some shit. You know what I mean? Mark Dice, all you do is you just talk shit and you write books. And yeah, granted, I've been a fan of his for a little while, few years. You know what I mean? Like a while, dude. Mark Dice was one of the first people like I subscribed to. And today he lost my subscription, dude, because to me, he is just going the same route as the rest of these people, and they're just throwing shade at each other. You know what I mean? Oh, Mark Dice is going to throw shade at Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino's throwing shade at Mark Gates or Matt Gates or whatever and shit. And it's just like, brah, like you all are in the wrong. You know? You all are in the wrong. And you're going to sit there and fight and bicker amongst each other, and you don't have no right to fucking say or do what the fuck you're going to be doing, man. You know what I mean? Unless you're batting for the other team. Did we just do a circle? So, yeah, I told Mark Dice too. I was like, you're a little bitch, dog. I don't know what happened to you, man, but in the past, like year or so, you just turned into a little bitch. I think this is the road. I hope it is. I think it's at the end of this road. I'm telling you. But yeah, like I said, man, I'm not trying to get political or anything. I just like to speak my mind at things that I'm observing around me and shit. And that's one of the things that really irked me this morning was seeing Mark Dice throw shade at Dan Bongino and shit. When Mark Dice, you know what I mean? Like, what do you do, bro? You know what I'm saying? That's like, to me, what it's like is when you watch like boxing or MMA, right? And you got that armchair dude that's never trained in his life or never been in a martial arts gym or never, like, you know, tried to set the pace and be some kind of like athlete or involved in the sport, but you'll sit there in your house on your chair and your recliner and fucking critique and talk shit, madness and all that. That's, to me, that's what Mark Dice is doing now. So, and I know, Stacks, I know that you're a Mark Dice guy, you know what I mean? I ain't hating on you at all for, like, if you're gonna keep liking him or if you're gonna oppose, like, my opinion about the dude or whatever, you know what I mean? But man, he's just to me, he's just not a good person. Because the more we're fighting with each other and shit, the more these motherfuckers is winning. As soon as I can set this tent up, that should be enough time for me to start this this story. It's a pretty cool story, man. I think you guys will like it. I may be going the wrong way here. You know what? Let me pull up the map real quick. Hopefully I don't get jumped by fucking dick whoops. And when I jumped on, there was only one other person on, so I'm glad that I'm not getting just standing here with my dick in my hand and shit. So let me get this orientated over here. Alright, where are we? We are right there. Now where is that bridge at? Where is that bridge? The bridge. The bridge. Oh shit. Is that the bridge? Hang on a sec. Oh no. Whoa! The fuck? So we need to go this way. Straight up and to the left. Anyways. Maybe I should have brought the car, huh? Maybe I should have brought the fucking car. That's right. I think we're right here, so we should be Frosty. The only thing I'm worried about is there's wolves that spawn right here, so they may not howl, they may just fucking pop up. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But anyways, man, how are y'all doing? Where's your car? You footing it today? Nah, it's at base. When I logged in right now, I seen that there was a helicopter crash, dude. So I wanted to go and check it out. There's supposed to be a road that like splits off, so I'm gonna just kind of take the short keysy here. It does look like there's a hill. Yeah, walk down the hill here. I think that's the road there. You can only go so fast with this fucking tent. Look, yeah. You can only go so fast, but it's at the end of this little road right here that we're about to be on. And then once I get this tent set up and whatnot, I'll tell the story here. Everybody's here to hear the story. The infamous Area 51 story. Yeah. Do me a favor though, and you know, maybe hit that like, subscribe. I'll interact with the chat here in a second. It looks like, was that fruit? Looked like there was a mushroom and a pear right there. Wait a second, that's the fucking railroad tracks. So I completely like walked the wrong way. I may just set this up right here. So much easier when you're in the car and it's daytime. I mean, granted, I have night vision and I can see shit, but dude, I really have no idea where the fuck I'm going out right now. This shit is just fucking out here. No depth perception. Not sure, dude, but I might just dump this tent. We don't really need it. I'm gonna be mad though, because I just carried it all this way. Look looking for, because at the end of this little dirt road right here on my map, there's like a little fucking opening that would be perfect for a little like tent. So let's, if it's not here at the top of this little hill, then fuck it. I'll just pump and dump. We're out of here. We'll just pump and dump it, baby, and get up out of here. No man, we'll just get laid more show no time, you know what I mean? Come on. I just got an email. Looks like okay, cool. So I'm confirmed for the end of the month. Okay, cool. That'll be good. Not this guy! What up? Big Gorilla Glue up in the house. Man, I wish I had some Gorilla Glue right now to smoke on shit. Fuck, dude. I'm out of herb. Out of money, out of herb. Sucks. Sucks to be you, nerd! Yeah, I know. I know. The voice is kinda low. Here, let me move the mic. There we go. I am talking kinda like low today. I don't yell or scream much. Gives me a headache. Dude. Now I'm far away. Where the fuck is this little road, bro? I should just stayed on it. Now I'm fully lost, and I have no... I left my GPS back at the fucking base. About ready to just dump this thing, dude. We don't really need it. I just was looking to set it up somewhere in the woods. That way I had a secondary secret location. Super secret. Nah, you seen like the volume down or something. I haven't made any adjustments or anything. Oh, thanks, Stax. Thank you, Staximus. Maybe it's YouTube because they got the title and they're like, oh, we can't let this motherfucker talk about anything like that. It is against the rules. But yeah, as soon as I pump and dump this tent, I'll start the story. I hope you guys like enjoy it or whatever, the way I tell it. So, conspiracies, huh? Nah, not so much conspiracy. This is a real deal thing that happened. You know, I'm half Native American, and my nana, before she passed away, great creator, rest her soul, she told me that I was a good storyteller, and that our people like thoroughly enjoyed, like through, you know, our time and stuff and our ancestry, like the storyteller was, you know, one of the great people and shit. And man, I cannot find this fucking road, bro. It's around here somewhere though, I know it, because the tracks are like right there. Anyways, so she would always tell me I was a good storyteller, and so since then I've been trying to, like, you know, make sure I tell my stories and make sure they're cool and shit. And you know, I had this one dude, he was supposed to be a friend of mine. Oh, is this the road? By George, it is, me lord. But this is the wrong road. I'm not sure this is it or not. We're just gonna keep walking, fuck it. You know what? Fuck this. Tracks. What is this road? Hold on. I got fucking turned around, dude. So bad. Whoops. Okay. I don't get it. Because it's supposed to be away from the railroad tracks. Oh wait, maybe not. Hold on. Maybe it is over here. I know it's starting to be daytime. I can hear the turtle doves and shit. Alright. So there's a road. And then that one goes that way. Is this it here? This is it here. This is what I was looking for the whole time. This is what I was looking for. God damn it. Alright, let me try to run back and get the fucking tent. Anyways, yeah, man, lots of conspiracies. I'm really into that stuff. Okay, so there's the fox. I'm just looking for this stupid tent now. I should probably just say fuck it and just cancel this whole thing. What a waste, though, dude. Because it's like I've been carrying this thing for like 30 minutes. Somewhere around here, right? I don't think I ran that far, did I? Bro, I'm lost. Oh, that scared me. I'm on the map page and it's a fucking Walmart commercial. Getting cold out here, eh? Yeah, and we're right back here. So, you know what? Fuck it. Dude, it doesn't matter. At least I know where I'm at from here. Fuck it. Yo, what up, Cabot? How you doing, man? Hey, man, I checked out some of your stream yesterday, dude. Good shit. Or not yesterday. Yeah. No, day before. Day before, yeah. It's good shit, bro. Alright, let me get back over here and then... Because I just killed like 30 fucking minutes and wasted the goddamn time and shit. For nothing. Still pretty dark. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay. Alright, now I think it's light enough. So smoke is here. Yep, here's that road split that I needed right there. You might be on later. You need to get your hands on Far Cry. You'll have a blast with it. You keep saying that, and I every time I want to do it or whatever, I'm just like, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't think that I'd be into it, you know? Yeah, east. There's my house there. Yeah, alright, cool. We're on track. I know where I'm at now. We're back on track, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Wait. Yeah, it's up here. I thought the same thing until my brother suckered me into buying Far Cry 6. Let me see if I can see this fool up here. Oh, Borehole Man sent me a message last night. Apparently he killed somebody yesterday here. Let's see if I can see this elk or whatever. Oh, right there. Reindeer. Ooh, there's a few of them. Females. So did you know that the male and the female reindeer both grow horns, but the males are more prominent and then they fall off? So you see these ones here, how they got their horns the way they are? These ones would be females, I would imagine. And that is your lesson from today's David Attenborough moment. I could zip these fools, but I think we're okay right now on food. Whoops. Alright, so what we'll do is I'll just chill in the treehouse here, or in the deer stand, and we'll get story time going. My brother told me, oh, if you buy a Far Cry, I'll play with you. Lying asshole. Oh, so he said he'd play with you and he hasn't played with you? Alright, let me get up here. Hopefully that chopper crash clears out here soon. Damn, the wind is really blowing, eh? Holy shit. And it's cold as fuck. Alright, so our temperature's going up while we're standing here. Alright. Alright, y'all. So let me get into this story. Hopefully I don't get shot in the fucking face while I'm telling it. In 2016, I had a bad breakup with my ex. We were living in California. Had a bad breakup with my ex, and I found out that earlier that year, when I went to the national championships, that she was cheating on me with the fucking mechanic. So then I got back and I caught him cheating and stuff like that. And basically, I packed up my stuff and I hit up my buddy who lives in Las Vegas. And you know, I have lived in Vegas off and on since 1990, December of '97. So off and on, I've lived in Vegas. So I'll live in Vegas like 3 years, come back to Cali, go back to Vegas for like 5 years, come back to Cali, go back to Vegas for another 5 years, come back to Cali. So accumulated wise, I lived in Las Vegas for about 23 years. So in 2017, when I was in Vegas, I was looking for a job. I was working at a hockey rink. I was the head referee there, and everything was cool for a while. But I kind of needed more income, and not only that, I needed to get a car because I was short a car. My girlfriend, when we met each other, it was like her car, even though I took care of it and did everything, minus the fact that the transmission was slipping out, and that she decided she was going to take it to her mechanic friend, and then she ended up fucking him and shit. So yeah, long story short, I didn't have a car, so I moved to Las Vegas, and at the time, it was just turning 2017, and you know, at the beginning of each year, the states will bring in their new laws or their new rules or things like that, right? So 2017 comes about, and it's a big deal that the state is now going to allow rideshare in the state, and it's not going to be a predominantly run taxi state, if you know what I mean. So the big thing about places, tourist states like Nevada, New York, you got Miami, things like that. These places are heavily reliant upon the taxi service to get people in and out. The copper top battery, it runs the night vision. Yeah. So, they were allowing rideshare to take place in Las Vegas, and the taxi companies were fucking super pissed off about it. Right? Because they're unionized, they wanted this, they wanted that, and if some average asshole Joe like me came along, they were losing the money and the profit and the revenue and everything off of, you know, taxing people around. And if you've ever been to Las Vegas and you've ridden in a cab, like let's say you were at the airport or whatever, and you asked for a cab, and you were staying at a hotel on the Strip or whatever, it would cab driver 30 to 45 minutes to get you to your hotel, specifically because of the route that they would take. They would take you on a route that would specifically upcharge you on all your costs. So instead of like driving directly down fucking Flamingo, make a fucking right on Las Vegas Boulevard, and then you have the plethora of fucking hotels that you could choose from. Nah, these assholes will pick you up from the airport. They'll drive you down Flamingo, past the Strip, onto, fuck, I forgot the name of that fucking street. Damn it. But I think it's Universal. So they'll drive you down there, and, or Russell, maybe it's Russell Road. I can't remember. Anyways, they'll drive you down to that next street. Then they'll drive you left, take you the back way, through the loop, up to the Vegas Strip, back to the part of the hotel area where you were staying at or supposed to check in at, and then drop you off, right? Not sure 100% if my dad been to Vegas. Okay. So, when rideshare started with Uber and Lyft out there, Uber and Lyft wanted to get an up grab on everybody out there. So what they did is they had this lease a car program. and you could lease a car through Uber or Lyft, and then you would basically be paying the lease off through the money that you made from working, as well as whatever you were making, like, you know, on the side and shit. So what I would do is I would drive the afternoon, go to the hockey rink, ref my games for House League, and then come home, shower, get dressed nice, and then go back out onto like the strip or a local area or something, wherever I was at, and then pick up people. After a few months of doing this, I want to say 2 or 3 months of doing this, I was one of the top rated Uber Lyft drivers of Las Vegas in my own mind. I mean, I'm sure there was thousands, but I had my car was set up in such a way that I always made sure that the person that got in the ride was like taken care of. So I always had like outlets in the car, or water, or candy, or fucking tissues, or something like that. And boy, let me tell you, the amount of stories that I have from doing this particular job is just through the roof. I want to say majority of the stories that I can remember in my broken brain right now are from the ride sharing stories that I have. So a couple of months or a few months into doing this, I get the whole treatment from Lyft. I get the 5-star placard in my car. I got the neon lights going on. They gave me the cool fucking throwover jacket. You know, it was all black and it had the Lyft symbol on it. It was like 1,000 ride verify, all that, right? I had a plaque, everything, dude. I was top notch, top flight motherfucking security, Lyft driver, cut. All right. Anyways, so after a while, I started to realize I hated working the strip. I hated picking up tourists. The thing that I really liked to do while I was doing it out there was giving locals rides and picking up locals and talking with them and rapping with them. And, you know, you come to find out this guy owns a restaurant, and then you show up at the restaurant, and then he hooks you up with a free meal and shit like that. You know, this guy right here, this is right before Las Vegas made marijuana legal. So you got this, I picked up this one guy, and he was like some big wig pot growing dude, and he was like, yeah, I'm on my way to have dinner with the governor. And I ended up dropping him off at the fucking governor's house, right, in Las Vegas and shit. And it was just crazy, you know, always something, always kind of story and stuff. I had picked up Israeli commandos on New Year's Eve and drove them to the spot that was like 30 minutes away, but I got them there in like 10 minutes by taking side streets and speeding through the town so they could get there before the clock struck 12 on New Year's Eve and shit. So I have many, many, many different stories about things. I mean, I have like maybe probably 9 stories just off the New Year's Eve trip myself. You know what I mean? So anyways, as we get into this story I'm about to tell you about Area 51 and S4, beforehand, my dad, he worked Air Force security police. About him before on the show, and for the whole time that he was during the Vietnam, he was basically, not the whole time, but majority of the time he was stationed out there, he spent a lot of his time in the back of a C-130 aircraft. And in that aircraft were like CIA operatives and things like that, and they were always doing like secret missions and Laos and just stupid shit, right? You know, like some of the stories my dad's told me, and you get a few whiskey shots in him, and he kind of opens up about some of the things that have happened. So, you know, he tells me a lot about what's going on, and one of the things he told me was what to look for when I was in Vegas, because I lived by the airport at this one time, and I was always noticing that these blank jets with a small little yellow part on their, or not yellow, but red stripe or a yellow part on their tail, or not yellow, red. And I would always be like, well, what the fuck kind of jet company is that? You know what I mean? And they were always on time. They always left at specific times during the day. So my dad, these jet companies, this and that, they fly low. You know what I mean? They're not like the rest of the planes when they take off or when they land, this and that. So my dad told me it's called a Jane jet. A Jane jet is they have their own private hangar at the airport there in Las Vegas International. Excuse me, take another sip of my coffee. They have their own hangar, they have their own runway, they have their own everything at the airport. These Jane jets are not marked. They don't have any real indications on them except for the one red stripe or the little red tail. Now these jets, they take off regularly out of the airport, and what they'll do is they'll take people from Las Vegas to Area 51, or what they call now S4, Section 4, right? So you would always see these jets coming and going at certain parts or times of the day and night, things like that, because I live by the airport right there. So never really thought anything of it other than that, right? Just was like, oh, okay, fuck it, whatever. We live out there. I had a buddy that I worked with at the hockey rink, and he was a big fucking space nut. And him and his buddies, every now and then, they knew what day to go out to go look at Area 51. And they had this one little designated hill that they would go up and chill at. And homeboy had one of those little fucking... It was one of those little chubby telescopes, little fat ones. You know what I mean? It wasn't like maybe, it was like 2 feet long, but dude, it was fucking like 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet. It was wide as fuck, dude. You know what I mean? A big chubby fucking telescope. And the 2 times that I went out there with them, we saw some stuff. You know, we saw random lights, things flickering, just, you know, things flying around at speeds that, you know, you probably wouldn't think of that. But I'm just like, at the time, I just kind of like, you know, whatever. I don't really care. You know what I mean? It's just like, we're just out there drinking, getting drunk, getting high. You know, oh man, look at that! You know what I mean? Kind of shit. So, anyways, a few weeks goes by, and I'm out doing my thing. And like I said, like at this time, I was living on the far west side of town, like the northwest side of town at this time. So after I finished a set of games, I went home, I took a quick shower, I got dressed, smoked a bowl, got in the car, started to get everything dialed up, turned on my app, and next thing you know, I got a ping, right? And a bing, bing, you got a customer and shit. So there's this hotel in Las Vegas called the Red Rock, and it's way out on the far west side of Las Vegas. And it's a beautiful hotel. It's mostly made for locals. So it's like you would find most locals there. I went to a Kanye West concert there. Let's see. There's just stuff that goes on there all the time. It's a pretty big hotel. It's pretty cool. When I was dating a stripper out there, her and I would go there all the time and go to the club because the club was like, it was nice, it was cool, like not a lot of people there, and you know, being that she was a stripper and she was a sexy freak and all that, like, she never really liked going out to, like, maiden clubs or whatever because dudes would, like, rub up on her. And then, you know, I would get mad or jealous or whatever, and there'd be almost a fight. So we just decided we would just go to Red Rock, this and that. So I get this ping, and it's at Red Rock. I go there, and standing in the, so he's not standing, they have designated areas for ride sharing. And he's not standing in the designated area for the ride share. He's standing in the area for like cabs and valet. So there's nobody really there, and security's just like, you know, fucking whatever. So I roll up and I pick him up, and security's like, hey, you can't, and then the old man's like, oh, it's my fault. I didn't know where to be picked up at. It's okay. Everything's fine. And the security was like, oh, okay, okay. So usually when you get in an Uber or a Lyft, the rider will get in the back seat, right? They'll usually sit in the back. This guy he asked if he could sit up front with me. And I'm looking at the dude, and he's like, he's cool. You know what I mean? He's like an old guy. He's an older guy. I'm like, go ahead, man, come on in. So he sits down, and before we pull off, he's putting on his seatbelt, and I was like, is there like a music or anything you'd like to listen to? And he's like, actually, can we just drive with the windows down a little bit? And I'm all, yeah, no problem. So I had a sunroof. I opened the sunroof. I cracked the windows. And we just start driving. Now this guy, his destination is approximately about 45 minutes away. And I'm like, wow, dude, like, we're going for a drive right now. And it's not like we're driving through town or anything. We're driving out. If you guys know Las Vegas area or anything like that, there's a place called Mount Charleston. Now, there's a freeway that drives out past Red Rock, and you take that freeway out towards Mount Charleston, and then that freeway will split off, and then you can go up to Mount Charleston or whatever, right? So we're driving, and we're just kind of hanging out. It's a beautiful night. It's warm. You know what I mean? It's not like cold. It's not like real cold air coming through the windows or anything. It's like nice. You know, it's a nice night. So we're just cruising. And he's looking at all my lights, all my, like, you know, my neon inside the car and everything. He's like, oh, it's like a little spaceship you're in, huh? And I was like, yeah, you know, I try to give it that effect, you know. And he just kind of kicks his head back and he smiles. He's like, yeah, that's cool. And then he looks up the sunroof and he's just staring up through the sunroof, you know. So I'm driving, I look over, I notice him staring up the sunroof. He notices me looking over at him, and he says, crazy, huh? And I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, space. It's pretty crazy, huh? And I was like, yeah, it's a beautiful night for sure, man. Stars are crazy. And he goes, yeah, it makes you think, right? And I was like, well, what do you mean? And he goes, makes you think what's really going on. And I was like, well, you know, I personally feel like there's a lot going on up there. And he's like, so you believe in UFOs and stuff? And I was like, well, yeah, for the most part, you know. I was like, my dad was in the Air Force, so he told me some stuff. He's seen some things. So, you know, I think it's pretty, you know, I was like, we'd have to be pretty ignorant to think that we're out here all alone. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that have been here before us, and I'm sure there'll probably be things here after us. And he was like, yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. He's like, you watch a lot of, like, movies and stuff? And I was like, yeah, I watch a lot of, like, sci-fi movies. I'm into them. I was like, one of my favorite movies is, like, Aliens and stuff. You know, I love that movie. And he kind of chuckles, and he goes, you know, sometimes they're not that far off. And then I kind of like, it took me a second to realize what he just said. You know what I mean? I was like, wait a second, what? It's not that far off. Like, what do you mean, sir? That's what I asked him. I was like, well, what do you mean, sir? And he goes, just, you know, Hollywood, sometimes they get it right, and sometimes they don't. But in all actuality, they're not that far off. And I was like, okay, so now I'm intrigued about what this dude's talking about. Because we're on like a long trip, and we're only like maybe 10, 15 minutes into this drive. So I'm like, fuck it, dude, let's talk about this, you know? So I asked the guy, was like, well, what do you think's going on up there? He's like, all I can really say is that there's things that go on in Hollywood that isn't too far off of real life. And what I mean by that is, I know what is real and what is not. And then I looked at him, and he goes, I've lost 3 friends in the past 2 months that I've worked with, colleagues. They were my neighbors, they were my friends. Spent the last 28 years working out at S4. And at the time, I didn't know what S4 was, because I hadn't even known about Bob Lazar. or anything that he brought to the table. I had not known anything about any of that at the time. This is back when, like, Trump was being president the first time. You know what I mean? And the world was in uproar. He just beat Hillary, and just things were popping off all over and shit, dude. So this was, like, way before anything that we think about what's going on today. You know what I mean? With this 3-eye atlas and everything, especially. So he goes, yeah, I work out there at S4. And I was like, I don't know what that is. What is that? He's like, you've heard of Area 51, right? And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, everybody has. And he goes, that's where I work. And I was like, oh. And as soon as he told me that part where he lost 3 friends in 2 months, I was like, oh, shit. This dude is fucking scared, right? So he tells me, yeah, I'm starting to wonder if I'll be next or my time is coming soon. And I was like, well, what do you mean by that? And he goes, it just seems like they have a tendency that when they're done with you, they're done with you. And I was like, what? Yo, what's up, Jimmer? Big Daff, how you doing, brother? So I was like, well, what do you mean by that? And then I was like, at first I was like, this motherfucker's like, you know, he's spinning yarns, dude. You know, he's just talking shit. So then he undoes his seatbelt. I slow down. He undoes his seatbelt. He starts digging in his pocket, and he pulls out, it's like a Ridge wallet, but it's like way before I think Ridge wallets even came out or whatever, right? And in this little thing he's got, he pulls out this card. And the card is like clear, but it's got like a colored tint to it. So like he pulls the card out, and I kind of like look over as we're driving, and I look down and I glance, and it's like a clear like credit card, and it's got like a pink and an orange like hue to the card. Like it's kind of like weird to describe. So he goes, yeah, this is my card, this is my ID. And I was like, well, it looks just like a clear card. And then he turns on the lamp, the headlamp. Now I have neon all in the car, right? But he turns on the headlamp for the, you know, the above, right by the sunroof. And he puts the card up to the lamp, and it's a fucking hologram picture of him, a barcode, and then some writing that I really can't make out, right? And it's like real tiny writing right next to the barcode. And then he goes, yeah, this is my clearance card for Area 51. And I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy, dude. I had never seen anything like that before. He goes, yeah, right? And he's like, this is just like tip of the iceberg kind of stuff with the stuff he starts telling me. And I was like, whoa, dude. So he takes his card, he puts it back in his little thing, puts it back in his pocket, does his seatbelt back up, and then he starts to tell me about how the movie Independence Day was the closest thing that Hollywood has made to reality. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, it was a big reason why the producers and the director wanted NASA and stuff involved, and they wanted to be a part of Area 51 and this and that, but the Air Force and NASA shut them down and cut it off. So everything you see in the movie Independence Day wasn't really approved, and they did everything with like CGI and shit. You know what I mean? But he was saying the premise of everything that they were talking about on Independence Day and shit was fucking basically spot on. And I looked at him and I was like, I gave him this look like, motherfucker, what? No way. And he was like, I'm dead serious. He's like, there's things that are going on out there at that place that if the people and the public really knew what was going on, that the government itself would probably get shut down. Because the people would be like flipping out, especially with all the people that quote unquote allegedly now. I'm only telling you what he's told me. All right, this is a story between I going to his fucking house, but he's saying that, you know, like basically once they're done with you, dude, they do you in, they do you out. You know what I'm saying? Like you're done. And he was saying that he lost the time that in the time that he's worked for S4, he lost his family, he lost all communications with his kids. He said his kids are probably about 20, 30 years old, and he's like the last time he's seen them when they were like 5, 6 years old. He was like, you have to have your family affairs in order. You have to have everything taken care of, and if it's not, basically they ghost you off the map. So you don't have family, you don't have friends, you're not able to go out and do anything. You know what I'm saying? He was like, he praised God for, he was like, thank God for Uber and Lyft, because if it wasn't for the fact that I had the opportunity to get Uber and Lyft, I wouldn't be able to leave my house until I go to work. And I was like, what do you mean? And they don't allow you to do anything. He's like, you go home, you're only home for like a week or so at a time. And he's like, and then they come, they pick you up in an SUV, they drive you to the airport, to the secret hangar or whatever, they put you on a Jane jet, and then they fly you to Area 50. You check in, and he said that when you're out there at Area 51, you're out there for like 2, 3, 4, 6 weeks at a time. And then when it's a rotation time to get you out and then you come home, they give you some paperwork to fill out. They ask you what you would like in your house, your kitchen or whatever. And then they supply all that. So let's say like you're working at a company and somebody comes in and like, hey, I need you to write down your grocery list. We'll take care of it for you. And then when you get home later that day, your fridge is full of the groceries and shit that you asked for, right? And he said that he got a phone as a gift from his son so he could talk to his son because he hadn't seen him in like 20 years or whatever. And with that extra phone, he's able to the Lyft and Uber apps and things like that. So he said that what he would do, because that was like one of the, he didn't like going to the station casinos out on the far end of town. He said they were always dirty and full of shitty people and stuff. He liked going to Red Rock. It was clean, it was comfortable, it was quiet, there wasn't a lot of people there, and he knew that if he got recognized or something like that, he had an easy way to like get in and get out by using the apps and shit, because he didn't have a car. He said they didn't allow him to drive anywhere. He wasn't able to do anything. If this dude has a medical issue or he's sick or something, he has to report to the people of the base, and then they handle the situation. So then he starts telling me that in this area where we're going to go drop him off, where his house is at, is a small community neighborhood. It's gated, and everybody that lived in that community worked at S4. So there would be a rotation, constant rotation of black SUVs that would come in and out of that neighborhood that would just pick people up, drop them off, take them to the airport, fly them out, do the thing, this and that. So he told me that he was a quote-unquote scientist that worked in gravitation polarities. So I was like, all right. He's telling me all this stuff. He tells me that he's worried that he's going to die next, but he's to the point now to where he didn't care anymore, because he had dedicated so much time, effort, and energy, and he had lost so much that the last friend that he had lost a few weeks prior to going, on his trip to Red Rock is the one that really set it off. Because he said when he first started working at the place, that he would notice people coming and going in a rotation, but he never really thought anything of it when he never saw them again. It wasn't until the fact that he had other colleagues that he worked with, because apparently they're not allowed to talk to each other about other things that they're working on. And this is something that was it was something that was like brought to the forefront when Bob Lazar did the interview with Joe Rogan, where he would say like these guys here aren't allowed to talk to these guys over here, and these guys here aren't allowed to talk to these guys here. And he says that kind of puts a kibosh on the whole science thing, about it. But what they do is like each person has their own department, and then they report to another person, and then that person gets the accumulation of the people in that area, and then they report to another person, and then that person puts everything together on their own. But no one is able to talk to anyone else except for the certain people that are designated the uppers. So then he was like, he said that he's to the point now to where his work is almost done. He didn't feel right about it. He thought that he for sure was going to be the next guy on The Price is Right, and that he spent the last times that, you know, he was able to Uber and get away and do this. He's like, I know they're watching me. He's like, they're constantly watching me. My phones are tapped. That was the whole reason why his son gave him a spare phone, and his son's name's account was so like they could circumvent the spying that NASA and them were doing on him and whatnot. By the time we're balls deep in this conversation, I'm pulling up to this dirt road. And this dirt road just, it seems like it leads to nowhere. Right? And he's like, yeah, you're going to make a left right here. And I was like, okay. So I go up this dirt road, and about 100 yards down the dirt road, it turns into like pavement. And I'm like, oh, they paved this part of the road. And he goes, yeah, well, they kind of did that on purpose because they wanted people to just think it was just a random dirt road. So at the end of the dirt road and is pavement, and then at the end of the pavement is this gated, small little gated community. It's just sitting there. And all the houses, all the yards, they all look the same. Everything is uniform. Everything looks the same. All single-story units. Right? All small front yards. All tiny little driveways. All just boop, 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 all in a line. And he goes, I'm the house on the right end of the cul-de-sac. So then I'm like, alright. So then I pull in. I drop him off. Right? Because he's got the code to get into the gate. This is DayZ, bro. I use the code to get in the gate. He goes, you may or may not get a phone call in the next few days or weeks about this trip because they're watching the gate and shit. And I was like, okay. So then I drop him off, and he goes, thanks for the ride and thanks for the convo. And then I just pull away and I drive off, and as I'm driving back into Las Vegas, I am just staring. I'm driving down it. I'm like the only one on the freeway. And I look up, and I'm just staring at the fucking stars, just thinking about everything this old man just told me. And I just, like, hope that, I think about it today, and I hope that old man's okay. But it's been a while. You know, I mean, it's like, been, what, like 8 years, 9 years now? So, you know, that happened, dude. I was like, wow, that's crazy, man. So then, like, last night, I'm watching this thing about her, and the first thing that pops into my head is the story with this dude that I picked up, you know? And I would have been like, this dude's full of shit. Like, I don't believe anything this guy says right now. Had it not been the fact that he pulled out that ID, and when he put it up to the light, I saw the things that I saw, you know, when he put it up to the light. So I was seriously, like, tripping out, dude. You know what I mean? I was thinking about this last night, and I was like, you know what, man, I think maybe today I'll talk about it, you know, and I'll tell the story about the dude that I met from Area 51 and shit. And another crazy part of that story is I ended up, I moved in with my homeboy who was a tattoo artist, and we had an apartment, you know, on the opposite side of the airport. And one day I come home, and I'm getting ready to go to the hockey rink. I'm going into the house to, like, get ready and stuff, and I look up, and there's a fucking UFO right above the house. It's spinning counterclockwise, and it would go from a solid, like a perfectly round circle, to an egg shaped while it was spinning. It was like woo, woo, woo. And I took a video of it, and I sent it to some friends. I wish I still had that video. I would have posted it. But yeah, man, crazy story. I have a lot of stories about when I was driving out in Vegas, just crazy things. Watched somebody get murdered. I had a couple having sex in the back seat. I just, just crazy shit. But yeah, man, I wanted to tell that story because of I watched this little thing about S4 and Bob Lazar last night, and I was like, man, maybe my audience would be interested in hearing the story that I had, with the encounter that I had with this guy. So I don't know. Thanks for tuning in and listening to that, man. I appreciate you. I know sometimes I could just fucking kind of like end up rambling on for a little bit and shit, but yeah, I just was like, yeah, right. Fucking Daffy saying, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." Yeah, I wish that was the case. Yeah, but yeah, man, just crazy shit going on out there. You see this thing going on with the three-eyed atlas, and NASA and the space agency government part is they really hate the way that technology is now, because they're not the only ones that have it, so they can't be the only ones that have it and put a lock on the information. The amount of people out right now with like super telescopes or high-end recording equipment, you know what I mean? Like, they're capturing and getting some really good stuff, and it's really starting to put NASA and the space agencies up against the wall, because they know that their time is running out as far as their secrets go. And I know they're going to try and keep that as best they can, but now they're talking about like, oh, aliens are real, and this three-eye atlas could be a ship, and they want everybody to be prepared for what's to come. But they know that religion and things like that would change, but it really wouldn't. It really wouldn't change. You know what I mean? People will still believe in God. People will still believe in Jesus. You know what I mean? People will still, well, not people, but the cockroaches will still believe in Muhammad. You know what I mean? Things like that. You'll still have Buddhists and people that'll praise, because when you're religious, it really has nothing to do with science. It has nothing to do with any of that. It has everything to do with what you believe in and what you hold in your heart. And that's the energy that keeps you going as far as when it comes to religion goes. You know what I mean? So they could come out and space aliens will fucking land in the middle of Central Park or something. You know what I mean? People will still believe in Jesus. People will still believe in God. I will. All right, I believe in aliens, but I still believe in God. You know what I'm saying? So he might not be the all-powerful, almighty, universal fucking gangster like everybody thinks he is, the one and only, but to us, he is. So I think the more and more we get, especially with this comet or whatever it is that's flying around out here near us, the closer this thing comes and the clearer the pictures get, and the more they try to hide things from everybody, the more they try to circumvent the knowledge, you know what I mean? Because, dude, the more people know in general, the more the oligarchs and the leaders lose control. So it's all a matter of perception. And I think that's one of the big reasons why when I was driving that old timer, he said that, movies like Independence Day and stuff weren't that far off. Because if you really watch Independence Day, not for what it is, but for what it's like telling you, you know what I'm saying? I know it's kind of hard to understand what I'm trying to say, but you're not watching the movie because it's a sci-fi movie. You're watching the movie because you're like, are they trying to tell us something? You know what I mean? Like, You know what I'm saying? A lot of these movies and shit. A lot of these superhero movies are like that. What was that? What was it? Not Captain America. With the chick, with Brie Larson. Marvel? Miss Marvel or whatever? And they had the aliens that could fucking change the way they look and stuff. That's a movie right there that you take as a superhero science fiction movie, but if you actually watch at face value, it might be telling you something. You know what I'm saying? And people might, they're going to hear this, they're going to hear me say all this, they're going to be like, this motherfucker lost his rocker or whatever. He's stupid, he's crazy, he on one. Dude, I'm telling you, dude. Like, it's not that far off, man. This guy, and I constantly hear his voice. I hear his voice, dude. You know what I mean? Like, this is just one dude that I had a ride with, but we were in the car with each other for like 30, 45 minutes, and he's just telling me, is like, he's spilling his guts, bro. And yeah, he was drunk. He was a little drunk. Not like drunk, you know what I mean? But yeah, he had about 3 or 4 in him. You know what I mean? Just makes you think. Consider it, you know? That's all. We'll just end it there with that. I appreciate y'all for listening to the story. We're gonna keep going though with the game. We have a few minutes here before the reset. I think I don't know if I wanna. I know my gun is fucked up right now. I think it's dirty as fuck. Yeah, it's damaged. Badly damaged. Damn. Alright, so let's go to camp before the reset and let's rearm, reart, all that shit. Get a little food in us. Hope you guys like that story. If not, hey man, it's cool too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to like it. But I will be telling more stories when I stream. So there will be streams where I will be speaking on like certain topics. You know, little adventures that I've had in my past and stuff. Like, I figure if I could be a good storyteller to you guys and let you guys know some of the things that I've been through in my life, that maybe like, you know, it'll change the lives of somebody, or they'll be more aware of something when they have an encounter that's a similar, you know what I'm saying? Back to Daffy's. Back to Daffy's comment. I could have swore I heard something over here about what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. There's a particular person that you don't like, Daffy. I won't say his name per se right now, but there's a particular person that you don't like or care for, like, with a passion. And let's just say that his girl was in Vegas once while I was staying out there, and she, yeah, it starts with the B, yes. She was there, and let's just say if I wanted to be a real fucking asshole, I definitely had the opportunity. And I think that it made her, or when I said no. Yeah. Nah, man, I'm glad that I didn't. And believe me, that was around the time where I would have too, because I was a fucking dog. But I really, to me, the brother, yeah, I know, bro. I know. Yeah, balls deep and would have took a picture for him. Yeah, on principle I would. Yeah, I know. I know, bro. I get it, man. I get it. I totally get it, brother. Yeah, she came out. And, yeah. I guess I could tell that story since we're on it. So she comes to Las Vegas after her and, yes, broke up. And she was with another dude. And the dude paid for like the trip or whatever, brought her out, did the whole thing, and apparently they got into a fight. She was a little drunk. She called me up. I swooped her. I told her we can go to a couple of the places that I like to hang out. We went there. She hung out with me and my tattoo buddy. Everything was cool, and when it came time to like take her back to the hotel room where her and dude were staying, she just wanted to come and stay the night at my house. And when I was telling her, you know, it's probably not a good idea, it's probably not gonna be good, I don't want to be that guy, you know, like, you know, at the time B was a big homie of mine. Big, you know. And, yeah. I didn't do it. And then I think back, I'm like, man, maybe I should have. Maybe I shouldn't have. Because, dude, she was sending me pics and everything, bro. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. I don't know if this will fit in here. I don't think it will. No, it won't. Shit. Fuck. I really need to find this fucking magazine. Maybe that's what we'll do right now. I'm gonna take the pucks and we're gonna go to that northern gas zone. Fuck, dude, they're all like almost out. We definitely need to fucking... That one's almost out. That one's full. We'll take that one, and then I'll put the shitty one in there. There we go. And it's this one, right? And we'll take that one too. Alright. And then I think I have one in the car. Yeah, I think I have one in the car, so go get your hair did, bro. Thanks for tuning in, man. Much love. Thank you for being here, man. I hope you're good. I hope you and the fam are good, man. Daffy's a real one, for sure. Love that dude. Go to bat for him any day of the week. So let me throw this in here. This in here. And then I think this one is still good. Yeah, perfect. So we'll roll it with 3. Let's see. Hood, boots, pants, gloves, jacket, mask. Okay. We're good, we're good. Make sure everything's Frosty. Because what I'll do is when the reset happens right now, we'll go up to that northern spot and see what's up. Let me clean the guns. Load our magazines. As a lot of people probably won't like my story that I told, but it's, you know, it's cool, man. Like, I wanted to tell it last night watching that Bob Lazar show. I truly wanted to make sure I just got it out there, dude, because it was just an interesting thing for me to experience, especially because you think the guy is full of shit, and then after a while you're like, damn, this dude's fucking legit, bro. All right. Oh, dude, it's still bad shape. Fuck. I hate when definitely got to bring home some more cleaning kits. Alright, cool. It's good now? It's good! Let's put a new mag in. Let's load the other mags. I think we're gonna get kicked here in a second. Yeah, we're gonna get kicked here any second. Which is good, because I need to go check my meatballs. I gotta go fucking check my meatballs over there, huh? Making some meatballs and sauce today. Huh? And forget about it, huh? Oh, I gotta open up a whole box. Let me get a box in my hand first. Dick in a box, yay, yay. There we go. And we're just waiting for the reset. We'll jump back in there. I was actually thinking about starting to take the Deagle, but I like the suppressor on a gun. I don't think you could put a suppressor on the Deagle. We'll have to try it out when we come back in. Alright, so we got reset. Give me a second. Who the fuck is this? Dude, spam. Jesus, dude. Alright, be back in 2 seconds. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to put the sauce in the crock pot. I'm crock potting meatballs and sauce on low today, so I had to like hook all that up. But yeah, man. So let me let's do the nasty again while we get in here. Let's put everything prompt in the chat. Please, everybody, consider liking and subscribing to my channel and this video. For a matter of fact, I really appreciate it. It goes a long way. Also, if you would like to support this channel in any way, please don't send money in a super chat or anything like that to YouTube. Go ahead and just hit the Cash App link in the chat or in the box below, because YouTube sent me an email saying that they won't pay me any revenue or anything like that until the war between Russia and Ukraine are over, which I don't know what that has to do with me. But yeah. So hold on, let me see what this is. Oh, what is this? High wind warning for your area. Well, shit, dude. I was going to go for a run today, but if it's going to be 40 degrees and high winds, then what's the point? Holy. Yeah, no thank you. Thank you, no thanks. Mostly sunny, but cold as fucking windy. Okay. Just how you'd like it. Alright, let me see who's up in here. Be right back. Nobody's in here. Woo! It is getting spicy out in there in the Caribbean Sea right now. It is getting spicy, dude. This just in. Well, on my feed anyways. Came in 2 hours ago. U.S. forces seize a Russian-flagged oil tanker right before Russia warships and submarines could intervene. That's what happens when you cross that blockade. All right. All right. Put this here. Put this there. We got the magazines. Those little guns. And then we're gonna dip out. And then we'll save that 10 too. Alright. That's good. Gas, 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 yeah. We won't need, I don't think we'll need the hatchet. I'll just throw it back in here. I only used it to cut wood. Forgot to put it back. The iperniprin. Most of the stuff is going to get dumped when we pull off anyway, so. Alright, cool. And then, what was the... There was something else. Let's, let me take this full battery. Okay, I think that should be good. Oh, that's what I was gonna see. If a, oh, it does. The suppressor does go on a deagle, but I have no mags, no mags, no deagle mags. I don't think we have any. This shit is fucking. Wow. It's not as loud as I thought it would be. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Give it to me back. Give it to me back. Let me put it back in the correct barrel. There we go. I don't think anybody heard that, but hopefully they didn't. Okay, so our gun's clean. We got a suppressor. I'm going to need to put another one on. We're going to leave our binoculars in the car. I might as well pump and dump this battery now. And then, yeah, let's go. Let's go during the day so we don't get caught up at night. Thinking maybe we should dress now. Thinking maybe we should do that. That way we don't have to do it while we're there. Check it, check it, check it, check it, check it. Where's the jacket? There it is. Why won't this fit in there? Oh, because I have stuff in it. That's why. Alright. Hunter pants. Gas pants. Go. And then gloves. What else? Oh, the hood. Robbed another hood! Oh yeah, we're gonna take the pack instead of the ghillie suit. That should get us to be. I won't need the night vision. But I do need this, 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 this. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. And that's all we're gonna need. Maybe a tire kit. Let's take a tire kit, just in case. And then once we throw all that on, we should be good. Alright. $19.89. That was another good year. That was a good year. It was a good year, my lord. Okay. Gonna do something really stupid. Hopefully I don't die, but if I do, it'll be fun. It'll make good for good television. stop right here real quick. Check this message. Damn, that fool ran all the way up. I wonder why it won't let me watch it right here. Alright. Alright, so just trying to gauge out what we got going on here, and then hopefully this works out for us. I feel bad going without borehole, man, but I figure if he's not there, then that's for sure, like it's like a for sure open area, and if I see anybody or anything, then it's on. You know what I mean? There's that dude that has that tent there, so I'm gonna go around to the wide side and we'll hit it from over there and just hope for the best, man. Got a couple ideas for my thumbnail for this video later, so we're either gonna do gas zone, or I'll dress the Raccoon up as Men in Black. Here come the Men in Black. Okay, so believe here, let me pull up the, because I want to make sure I take that road to that side. There's a welcoming sound. Okay, so if I punch right and then it's the left. We're out of here. Whoa, dude. Whoa. Through Pablo here. And we're gonna go left. That's right. We got the whole fucking put on us right now. Holy shit. Sorry, Father. What the fuck? Wolves might actually help us if there's someone in the area. We could be going for that person if we let them. Scout real quick. I actually kind of don't want to get out and fuck around in here. Unless the wolves are gone. But I also want to see how deep I can get without hitting the gas. Oh dude, we got a few fucking packs around us. So let me see real quick. So this goes kind of deep. Goes deep there. So I have a pack to my left and a pack to my right. What a creepy noise, eh? Alright, so the gas looks like it starts right there. Check out the police there. Oh, look, they're right here. There's a few of them. Fuck, dude. Hopefully they just move on. Because I haven't got out of the car. Looks like they're going into the gas. That's crazy if these fucking wolves go into the gas. These guys kind of put a kibosh on my fucking plan right now. And it's raining. Let me turn around. Is there anything here? Oh, there's something right there. Was that a Vega? I should have ran those fuckers over. Is there a Glock in here? Black bag. I actually like that army pouch. I kind of want black gear, but I mean, we could drive the car in there with its fucking gear on. We would be creating massive amounts of. I mean, we could try it. Let's put this here. We'll put this one here. And this one here. Put this up here. I think that's how we'll do it. Alright, let's do this. No, 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 no. Get in. There we go. Alright, let's do this. I want to see if the wolves go in here. Oops. Oh, of course the gate's closed. Whoa. Nope. Not doing this. Somebody's here. There's a dead Zed right ahead of me. Nope. We're out, dude. That's a freshly dead Zed. Not doing it, dude. Not gonna risk it. Matter of fact, here, let me stop right here. Get out. that. That would probably explain why 2 packs came, but I could be wrong, dude. These fools are fucking legit, just fucking chicken hawking this zone right here, dude. So we'll just make our run south, fuck it. Fucking dead Zed just sitting there, dude. Freshly dead Zed. Got Zeds that were alive right there, but we're just gonna bypass, bro. I'm gonna go hit the fucking spots that I usually hit and then work our way back. Fuck, dude. Oh, my brakes are going out. Got little buddy. Yeah, man. I'm glad I was perceptive on that, dude. There's probably 2 dudes in there right now. It's not the fact that I'm afraid of the fight. I'm just not. I don't want to get zipped if I don't have to get zipped, dude. If I get zipped on stupidity or hey, you caught me slipping, cool. But if I'm fucking pulling up somewhere and oh look, there's a dead Zed right there, man, wolves don't be taking out Zeds. You know what I mean? Fuck that. I don't want, nor do I need that smoke. It's super glitchy, dude. There might be somebody nearby. That's the one good thing about being on the PS4 is that if it's a little too cluttered or somebody's in your area, my shit starts to glitch. So let's get over here to the spot. Maybe we'll get lucky and there'll be a train or a convoy or something. We'll hit the tents. Zip in, zip out. Head back home. Huh, Lois? What do you say, huh? It's the only place I can really go fast as fuck is on this little street right here. Fast as fuck, yo! Now, I did hear an explosion earlier over this way. So I hope this place hasn't been hit with gas. Doesn't look like it. Stop right here. Just let me look and see what I can see here on this. Doesn't look like much is in there. I think there's something on the ground. Magazine. Got right here, it's jacket. Is that ammo? It's dude, I think I saw something moving in there. All right. Should we just grab shit? I'll keep my gear on just in case. Bitch. Shit. Oh shit. Shit. Fuck. Yep. Oh shit, they're coming out of the woodworks. Fuck. That got my butthole puckered up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just enough. Just to get my butthole puckered up. Let's patch this bitch up before I fucking die. Jeebus. Alright, looks like we're good. Hopefully I got them all. I fucking woke up the neighborhood. Ooh, that's a fucking new SK right there. That's a pristine ass fucking AK-74. It's useless though. It looks cool and all, but it's like the weakest gun of the game. Fucking glow stick, homie. Alright, what did the one sheep herder say to the other sheep herder? Let's get the flock out of here. I tell you what, the NBC suit, Waterproof. That's a little fuck. That's pretty cool, man. Waterproof. Nothing much here except for ammo for borehole, man. Which we have, dude. I remember he had like, I have 3 bullets left. Now we have an abundance of ammo for him. Maybe I should start using. It's just mags are hard to find. Boom, bing. Speaking of borehole, man. This is kind of like, today's episode wasn't too exciting or anything, just specifically for the fact I just wanted to tell that story. We probably could have went in that gas zone, but dude, what was that at? Was that like right here? Dude, I'm glad we didn't drive through that. Here, let me check something real quick. That was at the other town. I was just kind of like looking at the tracks to see if there was a what you call it, an event. Alright, I'll close this. Take this road, we'll go ahead up the way we came. We'll just call it. Dude, I have the worst fucking headache right now, dude. This shit sucks. Let's see if I can see. Motherfucker sounds like he's like right there, dude. Motherfucker, like, he's throwing up. Like, it sounds like a frat boy that had a little bit too much to drink in Las Vegas for his first time. He's over there like, bleh. Oh my god, I'm dying. Cheeseburger. Event? Event? No, no event. There's not even any Zeds. Well, that sucks. I was hoping to come through here and fucking find an event, dude. Lame. Fuck. Well, that sucks. This fucking road is trash. It's so bouncy, dude. Look at this fucking little jump right there. There's another one. And then there's another one. The triples, dog. The quad. The 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can we go for a 10? 10, 11, 12, 13, we'll count that one, 14, 15, 16, 16 to 17 fucking womp womps right there, dude. Womp womp. Something crashed ahead of us, I think. Hang on a second. Oh, okay. I thought a tree was cut down right there. I was about to be like, damn, dude. There's fucking traces of people all over the place today. Whoa, whoa! go. Fucking taking sweet jumps. Oh shit! That was a close one. What was that? It's a lamp. Base is right there, I think. Oh, look, there's fucking... There's that crash right ahead. Nice. Maybe this episode won't be too much of a bad one after all. I personally like my story, so... That shit is fucking on point too, man. That's true shit. Whoa, bro. Whoa. Nice, dude. This is the first time I've seen it right here. Pull it in right over here. Alright, let's do work. 2 crashes in one day. It's pretty good shit. Is there another one over here? No, we get them all? I think we got them all. Stop. Right here's good. What we got? Baracasite. Fuse scope, salt backpack, suit jacket, KA wooden handle. Field vest, ghillie shrug. MP5, wool gloves, salt boots, shit ammo, goggle mells. This is slim pickings. Let's do one over here. Goggles, ammo, boots, gloves, MP5. Shrug, vest, shrug, blah blah blah. What is that, a bayonet? This fucking bridge, dude. This one right here always fucks with me. I think next time I'm over there by that gas station, I'm probably gonna have to get gas. Unless we have some at base. I think we have some at base. Maybe I'll take a jerry can and fill it up, bring it back for tomorrow. I was really wishing the helicopter crashes would have gave more. I'm really looking for an AK mag for that AK 101. Fucking doubt I'll ever find one. Hang on a second. Okay, so he's borehole man's down south. All right. This has got ammo for me. Well, I got ammo for you, bro. So it's cool. Once I get back to base, I'll wrap this show up, and then I'll get him on the comms. Interesting. Stores are shut. Let me check something out real quick. Dude, these things are always open. Okay, I thought I'd open it and there'd be a fucking... Oh, what the fuck? A motherfucking daddy, dog. We need some of those. That's very strange to find here. I didn't want to search the Chingy here, the resort too much today. Dude, I've done a lot already today. Well, not really. That story really took up a lot of time. Pan. Where's the little dry sack? Electrical kit. We got plenty of those right now. Alright, let me send him a message real quick. Alright. Cool. He's out and about. I'm out and about. It is almost fucking nighttime. Let's get out of here. Get back to base. Okay, cool. What the fuck? What the fuck was that, dude? You fucking kidding me right now? What the fuck? Bro! What the fuck did I hit, dude? There's nothing here. Oh my god. Fuck. Bro. Unfucking believable, man. Can you give me the fucking stats or what? Holy. Damaged. Pristine. Worn. Alright, so this is the other damaged one? Yeah. What the fuck, bro? And that was the end of that tire repair kit. At least we fixed it. Dude. What the fuck? Seriously. Oh man, I hope my radiator ain't fucked up. Okay, thank God. What about my headlights? Alright. Ruined. Go figure. Fucking ridiculous, bro. I want to know what the fuck it was I hit, dude. There's absolutely nothing there in the road. It's like, fuck, bro. If I fucking put it in the third, I'm risking fucking dying, basically. I'm gonna clip that shit, dude. There was absolutely no need for that, man. There's supposed to be a little dirt road right here. Apparently you can't fucking see it. Shit right here. It's the next one. Ah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Better watch it. Don't fucking crash and shit. Oh my god, bro. Fucking ridiculous. Fuck out of the road, bitch. Excuse me, man. I had a fucking sneeze attack from hell right now. Ugh. With the fucking headache, that doesn't help. Ugh, come on. There we go. Oh, man. Woo! $1981, that was another good year. Alright. Try to back this shit in. Get in, fool. There we go. Damn it. Come on. It's always the same. Right, it was full in. Stop. Maybe a little more. Stop. Cool. Stop the engine. Alright, get out. Holy moly, what a fucking day. Ooh, I can smell my meatballs in the crock pot over there. Alright. We're attached, we're good. Open this bitch up. Let's see what we accumulated here. What is this, a broken ass fucking... Yeah, we don't need that. Get rid of that. We'll throw all that back in there. Let's combine this with this. And these. Oops. Pump and dump that shit. Chunk it. Went so far. You fucking throw like a girl. My character straight throws like a girl. Alright. I think that's it. I'll consolidate here as soon as I end the stream. But it is... Yeah, it's about that time, man. So, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. We will be back tomorrow at around the same time, about 7:15 or so, for another edition of O-Tech Rec. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I really appreciate you guys. Much love and respect. We will be back tomorrow morning. And like I always say, please don't let the man or the woman get you down. You guys stay fresh, stay funky, stay sexy, stay salty. And as always, stay frosty, my peeps. Until tomorrow. Peace.